What's up? Today, I want to tell you a story about my breathing. Um, Essentially, a couple years ago during lockdown, I discovered a book called Breathe by Dr. Belissa Franrich. And in this book, she talks about different types of abnormal breathing patterns. And to name a few, one of them is clavical breathing, where you use the muscles of your neck and shoulders to pull breath in. Another one is vertical breathing. Well, I guess that's kind of the same thing, where you breathe vertically using your chest. But the one that I want to talk about today is called paradoxical breathing or reverse breathing, which is the abnormal breathing pattern that I had. And the way that I used to breathe was that I would pull my abs in when I'm inhaling and kind of breathe in, expand my chest a little bit. And then when I would exhale, I thought exhales were supposed to be relaxing. So I would just exhale and let it all go like that. And then, so I would, my belly would expand on every exhale and contract on every inhale. And so this is basically doing the opposite of what the diaphragm is designed to do. And so the diaphragm is this breathing muscle that separates your lungs from your stomach, and it runs along the bottom of your ribs. And so as a paradoxical breather, I was like not really using my diaphragm. And I was like, as a kid, I suffered from asthma. Shit, I just had flashbacks. I'm gonna cry. Where I would always be trying to like pull more air into my lungs because I wasn't properly using my diaphragm. Like something like that. I would breathe like that through my mouth. Also, don't breathe through your mouth, breathe through your nose. So yeah, so I'd have paradoxical breathing through my mouth, and I suffered from asthma for a long time. I used an inhaler, and basically like I just kind of stopped running. And that was my solution to my asthma. And so yeah, the asthma went away because of that. But recently I found out that I was a paradoxical breather. And so what I did was some exercises to retrain my diaphragm so that it would start breathing for me. So instead of me doing work to inhale, I just let my diaphragm expand, and that pulls the air in. So I'll demonstrate one of these exercises. I mean, it's pretty simple. Basically, you want to exhale first and try to squeeze your stomach in. And then when you inhale, just release. And then exhale, squeeze in. And then inhale, just release. So instead of trying to pull air in on the inhale, essentially you're squeezing in like a sponge, and then you just release and allow the air to naturally be pulled into the lungs, into the bottoms of the lungs. And so if you want to really train this, you can exaggerate the movement by rounding your back on the exhale to try to push even more air out. And then as you inhale, you can gently lean back like a cat-cow pose, sitting cat-cow, but focusing on exhaling, pulling in on the exhale, and expanding on the inhale. And the reason we can get into these patterns is because as kids, we're taught that we need to hold our belly in when we walk around. So in middle school, I remember distinctly that I would always keep my belly sucked in basically all the time. And so I would breathe with my chest. And in order to breathe enough with my chest, I need to even suck in even more. And then I would exhale and kind of relax like that. So be proud of your belly. Your belly helps you breathe. Be aware of your diaphragm. Understand the different types of irregular breathing patterns. Vertical breathing. So to test if you're a vertical breather, you put a hand on your chest and a hand on your stomach. And then you breathe in. And so if your top hand is going up and down, you're vertical breathing. Instead, you want to use your belly. And obviously you can't do this all the time. You're going to be going through your everyday life and just breathing without thinking about it. And that's totally fine. That's what happens. But essentially, by doing these concentrated training sessions of 5, 10, 15 minutes, where you are intentionally using your diaphragm to breathe properly, like this, it would just become second nature to you. So in the same way you develop the patterns you have now, you can always develop new patterns. And I hope now you're more aware of this paradoxical breathing, reverse breathing pattern. And that was my story on how I inverted my breathing by intentionally using my diaphragm, doing diaphragm breathing. So thank you. This has been David Prorock. If you want to support me, I'm also a music artist. One of the main reasons I wanted to learn more about my breath was so that I could rap better. So if you're into rap music and breathing, this is the channel for you. All right, welcome, and I hope you have a beautiful day.